ready.
Hello and what is up guys, my name is PixelPolish and welcome to the show where I'll be going through the latest releases and announcements from the ever-growing PlayStation Vita world. As usual, there's a lot to talk about, so let's see what's going on in Vita news for Monday, 7th of July 2014. Criminal Girls Invitation is coming to the West as Criminal Girls Invite Only. This updated version of the Japanese exclusive PSP title is packed with new content and obviously looks shinier than ever. Criminal Girls is a JRPG that puts you in a role of a leader of a female gang on a quest to redeem their sins by going through the depths of hell itself in order to be reborn on Earth. The game will have you resolving conflicting battle plans between the girls and keeping them motivated through one-on-one section while uncovering their deepest secrets. The original Japanese version of the game is pretty heavy on risque gameplay elements that have to be edited for the Western release in order to bring the game to as many fans as possible. Now, I'm sure there will be plenty of naughtiness kept in Criminal Girls, so I wouldn't worry about it too much, and sexy time with real girls is much more fun anyway. A retro-inspired side-scrolling beat-em-up, Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds is heading to the West. This title started as a classic fighting game and transformed into a full-fledged side-scrolling brawler and was released on PS Vita in Japan this March. It also ended up on Xbox Live Arcade around the same time with no word on the Western Vita release. That has changed in May when the game was spotted on the German classification board website and it was shown during the Anime Expo recently. The plan is to release Phantom Breaker later this summer, and taking into consideration that the game is already fully localized, we can most certainly expect that to happen. All Scott Pilgrim vs. the World fans rejoice! There is no firm release date just yet, so keep an eye out on this channel for more news on this title. Speaking of Anime Expo announcements, NIS America told us that they are bringing the Firefly Diary to the West as well. Originally titled #Nick. The Firefly Diary is a side-scrolling survivor horror in which players guide a young girl through a perilous ruins using Vita's touchscreen and rear touchpad, similar to games like Murasaki Baby. Players will be aided by two fairies, one operating in light and the other in shadows, all to save the little girl and recover her memories. The digital-only game was already released in Japan last month, and Western Vita owners should expect it to appear on PSN sometime this fall. There is no set price or firm release date just yet, so as always, check out the future episode of Vita News for more information about the game. To take a little break from all the Japanese games, Crimsonland, a top-down indie twin-stick shooter with a touch of RPG, is making its way to PlayStation Vita. In Crimsonland, players will have to survive the onslaught of thousands of aliens, giant spiders, mutant lizards and more. The game also features a light RPG progression system, allowing players to customize their perks and gather an arsenal of 30 unique weapons ranging from the humble pistol to the mysterious Shrinky Fire 5000. Crimsonland can be played both solo and in 4-player co-op and features 6 game modes, leaderboards and trophies. Crimsonland for PS Vita is set for release sometime around August or September 2014, while the PS4 version of the game will launch on 16th of July. Chromo 4, Two Brothers Director's Cut, an action-adventure game that features classic Game Boy aesthetic, is finally coming to PlayStation Vita. Originally released on PC, Mac, Xbox 360 and Wii U, Two Brothers went through some significant upgrades and Vita owners will be able to get their hands on the game later this year. The game features some quite unique mechanics, like changing from the black and white 8-bit Game Boy style graphics to full 16-bit color as the player progresses through a vast non-linear world and story with multiple endings and deep side quests. Speaking of the story, players will take on a role of the inventor Roy Gardner, accompanied by his brother Byver, both obsessed with the idea of finding a new color after Roy's near-death experience. Our heroes don't die in the world of Chromo 4, but they are taken into the Afterlife Hub instead, which makes interacting with the dead just as important as interacting with the living. The Vita version doesn't have a solid release date just yet, so keep your eyes out for more information in the future. Tales of Hearts R, a game that I have already covered in episode 13 of Vita News, has finally got a release date. This PlayStation Vita exclusive will become available in North America on the 11th of November, while the European gamers will get the game 3 days later on November 14th. Tales of Hearts R will feature Japanese voiceover and subtitles in English, French, Italian, German and Spanish. Speaking of new release dates, Sword Art Online has got one too. Refer to Vita News episode 5 for more information about the game, and in the meantime let's focus on the dates. The game will be released on the 19th of August in North America and just 1 day later in Europe. One correction about the game though. I have mistakenly informed you that Sword Art Online is an MMORPG for PS Vita, while in reality it's a pseudo-MMORPG that mimics the genre's mechanics and structure. Misleading title is misleading, sorry for that silly mistake guys. It's worth noting that the game includes a full enhanced HD version of Sword Art Online Infinity Moment, originally released in Japan on PlayStation Portable. The game also features a first-person view to fully immerse the player in its vast world, which is a nice touch. Do you think you've got some breaking news never seen before anywhere else and you would like to see it on this show with a personal shoutout? Send it over to insertcoin@pixelpolish.tv with sources, pictures, scans or whatever we can get, and I'll feature it in the next episode. You'll find the email on my channel's about page. And that is it for the show guys. You'll find links to the websites and trailers concerning today's topics in the video description below. Before you go, please like and share this video, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. You might also want to check out the previous episode of Vita News if you missed it, or the Life Hunt Podcast episode 30, just before the release of episode 31 this week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.